I Yes, I think this has the pandemic and us being in our homes has become very complicated, particularly at least in Mexico. The last ones who will return to outside life will be children. So this has been a big problem for women who have children and who either have to work at home or have to work outside, because they're in many cases being forced to choose, not to choose, but to have to give up their work or even leave their children alone at home because there's no daycare centers or no schools where they can stay and no network of family where grandparents who can take care of them. So it's become very complicated. Many women have had to leave their jobs. Violence against women has become very bad. Domestic violence, at least here, has increased dramatically. Feminicides have gone up. So in many ways, the being confined to home has been a big problem. Also, women are expected usually to take care of the people who are sick. So we're expected to take care of the people who are sick and the people who are staying at home, and all this in detriment, understanding it's a very difficult and complicated situation. I don't know how we can resist. I don't know how we can resist because it's such an unprecedented situation that it would be very difficult to say, I'm not going to take care of you because I'm always thrown into the role of taking care of people. Maybe right now you do have to take care of people, or it's very complicated not to, or what do you do when, I mean, there really is nowhere where to send the children outside. I think it's been very difficult, for example, here in Mexico, talking about different economic situations. Many millions of women in Mexico work as domestic workers, work at people's houses, and either they are not being paid in most cases, and there is no chance of them or many of them returning to work because it means going into people's houses. So financially, the situation for women has gone even lower than for other people. So it is really a very complicated situation. And the only things I see is groups of women getting together, sharing, trying to keep each other company through different means, through those of us who are able to have technology, through technology, denouncing the situations. I think it's important to talk about the situations, opening spaces to talk about our experiences, opening spaces even in the Facebook or wherever you have social media to let us speak about what our experience is, and then eventually be able to do something about it. But it's very difficult because it's such a complicated situation, and so difficult to know when it's going to change or how it's going to change or what it's going to happen, you know? Many people are very optimistic that it will help us change the whole system. And I know there are groups working on this, what we don't want to accept of the system, how it worked. I worry that the systems are going to come much stronger. Because of these difficult situations, I worry they're going to come much stronger. So it's a matter of trying to figure out. I don't know. I really don't know. This is a very complicated situation, and I'll try to be close to the people I'm close to and try to build networks. If you come up with ideas, please share them. I think it's unlike sexual harassment when we talk about it. When we started doing the Clothesline in Colombia, the recent one, and one of the questions had to do with sexual violence, internet violence, and violence in the street against women in the pandemic, and not many answers. Many of us don't even know what we feel or what has happened. So it's going to be interesting how to make a question. Because it's domestic violence, that's clear. But if you're a mother whose children can't go to school, maybe you don't think of it as violence. To stay at home is violence for them because they can't work. It's necessary for the health, but mostly women are paying for it or being responsible, carrying the weight. So we've had discussions, and some mothers say, I would rather leave my work, children be in danger. But other women say, if my children don't go to school, they don't eat. We don't eat. So you see the women in the market with their children. So it's very complicated. And it's not a direct violence. It's a violence because of the structure. Just as women will be poorer, women will be more poor after the pandemic because of the structure. Here in many places, the feminist movement, on the 8th, March 8th, we had a huge demonstration, never seen before. On March 9th, no, women did not go to work. 13th, they closed, send everybody home. At the university, had the faculties taken. They didn't allow anyone in. And the pandemic came and they had to leave. So the whole movement went. Very bad, the pandemic, for feminism.